I believe about the purpose of money is going to determine how much money I make, how much money I keep, how much money I have, whether or not my money's working for me or whether or not I'm working for my money. My beliefs are the thing that determine that. I'm going to give you 3 different beliefs about money. I'm going to give you the poor person's belief, I'm going to give you the middle class person's belief, I'm going to give you the wealthy person's belief. So the poor person believes that the primary purpose of money is paying bills. So if you believe the primary purpose of money is to pay bills, and all of your thoughts about money are, how can I make enough money to pay my bills, you will always be poor. Now, you can be poor and be thinking about how you're going to pay your bills, but until you change your focus on the purpose of money, you will never have more money than just barely enough money to pay your bills. It's just how it works. Can I give you a little mindset hack for that? Pick a number, like of monthly income, an amount of monthly income that in your mind would be a good amount, and that would be really nice for you to have, and then double it. I want you to pretend that you made that amount. Let's say a good number in your mind was $6,000. Man, if I just made $6,000, I'd be okay. So then you double it, and it's $12,000. And then you say, okay, by the end of 24, my business is only going to be at $12,000 a month. So you take the number that you thought was twice as big as a good number, and you put only in front of that number. And so now you're taking that number that you used to think was big, and now you're making it smaller. And when you make it smaller, that makes you bigger. People say, like, Myron, how much does your business do? Our business only does, like, on average, 1.3, 1.4, 1.6 million a month only. Now, if you don't understand what I'm doing, you'll think I'm trying to flex. But what I'm doing is I'm programming my subconscious mind not to think that $1.5 million a month is a lot of money. Why? Because I learned something before I ever had my first $1 million year. I learned this principle. Seldom will I make as much as, never will I make more than the amount I allow myself to think of as a lot of money. So if you desire to make 6 figures, you can't afford to think 6 figures is a lot of money. If you desire to make 7 figures, you can't afford to think 7 figures is a lot of money. Even before you start making that amount of money, you have to turn it into an only in order for it to even become a possibility or a likelihood. If you think the primary purpose of money is to pay bills, you're going to work really, really hard. If you make $25 an hour, you're going to work 4 hours to make one of these. And then as soon as you get it, you're going to hand it over to somebody else. So I want you to really wrap your mind around what I'm about to say. For most people, payday is not really payday. It's just transfer day. And so if you desire to create wealth, you have to stop letting payday be transfer day. You got to make sure payday is the day not just your bills get paid, but that you get paid. That's the first one. Poor people think the primary purpose of money is paying bills. Middle class people think the primary purpose for money is paying their bills on time so they can maintain good credit. So now they can buy things they don't have enough money for because they can buy them on credit and pay the payments on time. So they think the primary purpose of money is maintaining good credit so they can buy things they can't afford, don't need, so they can impress people they don't know. And half of them don't like you anyway. So that's what middle class people and poor people think are the primary purpose for money. Most of the money of poor people goes to paying bills. Most of the money of middle class people goes to buying what I call WRLs. What's a WRL? A wealth reducing liability. Most of the money of rich people, even before you are rich financially, if you develop this mindset, you can get, everybody listening to me, you can get rich today just by changing what you believe about the primary purpose for money. You can go from being a poor person to a rich person today. And here's how. You believe the primary purpose of money is to turn it into what I call an IPA. What's an IPA? An income producing asset. So the primary purpose of money is to make more money. So my primary purpose when I get $100 is to turn it into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, $1,000. Now if I can turn 100 into 1,000, now this money, I held on to it. See, I don't save money for the purpose of saving money. I hold on to money long enough for it to get pregnant and have some babies. And I never spend the mama money, I only spend the baby money. So I don't spend the money I make to pay bills. I only spend the money my money makes or my businesses make to pay bills. I don't work for money to pay bills. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to work to build an asset that will crank out enough cash to pay all my bills. So my assets pay for everything in my life.